We have tried. We have tried to have athletics this fall. In fact, our district got a vote and we voted for playing this fall as a school district. Every school district in Section 3 got that chance. We think athletics are super important. But again, if you go back to one piece, staffing, as far as us closing, that would be the first reason that we would close. And quite honestly, this staff that we don't have enough of is bus drivers. And during one of the cases, actually both cases, bus drivers were questioned, not quarantined, but were questioned about quarantining. And if both of those drivers had been susceptible to quarantining, we wouldn't have had enough people to pick kids up. We would have had to go all virtual. And anytime we can decrease any staff shortages from contact with students, the less contact, the better. And for us, other than Tammy Katie and possibly one other substitute driver, we have no other substitutes in the transportation department. So, so one of the reasons that we're going to shift to delay our fall sports is staffing. The other piece to that too is there's a coach. And in this, hypothetically, the coach could also be subject to quarantine. So what would that team do without a coach when they are in quarantine? Which happens to be a staff member that we can't lose because they work at the school district. So you can kind of see the perpetual problem that any club or sports have on our school district. Our main goal, my main goal, the Board of Education's goal, everyone's goal here, teachers, administrators, is education first. And we need to stay open as long as we can. So the way to increase the chances of that is to delay our sports season. So in Section 3, there were school districts who delayed to the Fall 2 season, it's called. And I don't know why they came up with Fall 2, but that starts March 1st and it goes to May 1st. The winter season is supposed to start November 30th, so our next season that we could possibly participate in starts November 30th. And then the spring season starts April 19th. So the sports that are in the fall that we're not playing, that we weren't going to play anyway, for example, football, wouldn't start until March 1st, but we're also pushing back soccer, field hockey, all of the fall sports that we had on schedule for this fall.
Cross country.
And cross country, thank you. So we've been in touch with Section 3 to say we want to shift to go into that scenario. So there will be other teams that we will be there for us to compete. For example, maybe you do know, maybe you don't, but Fort Byron, their neighbor, is one of those districts that had delayed it to the Fall 2 start date. So obviously there are districts around in Section 3 that went to that date originally, and some are actually making that decision now as well. I've talked to other superintendents in the area, and I think you'll see in the news over the next couple of days more school districts pushing off fall sports to the Fall 2 season, which is March 1st to May 1st. So I really, I want to say to our student athletes, we're really going to try to get this in, but we also need to be, number one, we need to be safe. We need to be as safe as possible. We need to be, if you're one of the students that chooses to be in school, we want to have that option open for you the entire school year, and we're doing our best to do that. I'm a sports person. I played 4 sports in high school. And nothing makes me happier than going to a soccer game, a football game, or whatever, here. It's just not feasible. So hopefully, with a little luck and a lot of good planning, we can still participate in sports this year.